Dun, 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 dun. Hello, 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 hello everyone. Welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class. My name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, 케이진입니다. And 안녕하세요, 침침입니다. Hello, hello, hello. Today, yes, Chimchim is sitting on the chair. And as usual, I'm in the studio from April, 4월부터는 스튜디오에서 촬영을 해요. I'm shooting in the studio from April. So welcome back. And 안녕하세요, 크리스, 애나니, and 코아티. Thank you so much for joining. And on Facebook and YouTube, we are all on. Great, awesome. 크리스, 수미. Yes, welcome to new members. Welcome new members. And Emily, Pratisha, Khadija, Aira, Ayan. Yes, I know sometimes we have new members and our this community is very friendly. So feel free to say hello. Everyone will welcome you. 안녕하세요, Ali. Okay, so before starting our lesson, 짠, I have an announcement. Yes, the page. If you click the link in the description, do you see the banner here? It says get free PDF cheat sheets. And if you click the link in the description, the page will look like this. Yes. So just scroll down and wow, there are lots of PDF where you can, or here you can download lots of PDF and you can learn Korean words and some sentence patterns and some expressions and Korean cultures from these free PDF cheat sheets. So please check it out. Check them out because there are a lot. There are a lot and our team is continuously adding more and more PDF. So check it out. Okay, great. So let's start today's lesson. So today's lesson is about this Korean grammar. 하고 and 이라고. This is all about direct quotations. Khadija, the new studio looks great. Thank you. And drop, hello, you are joining again. 감사합니다. And Shursti, 안녕하세요. And Benazir, hi. Kishore, woo, you're here. And Claudun, Kayalo, and on Facebook too. Juliet and Gailon, I keep reading your comments, so please keep typing too. So, what is direct quotation? What is it? Let's talk about it today. By the way, this is a PDF cheat sheet that I just introduced. So check out the link in the description. These are all free for Korean Class 101 members. And we do have some paid membership, but to download this PDF, you don't need to get any paid membership. So don't worry, just sign up as a free member and get this. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about 하고 and 이라고. The grammar term, I don't like using grammar terms, but sometimes it's helpful. So I want to say this. 하고 and 이라고 is used for direct quotation. Direct quotation. So what is direct quotation? And Avanjit, yes, I'm Korean. 저는 한국 사람입니다. I'm Nikki, 안녕하세요. 아얀, 침침 어디예요? 침침 여기에 있어요. Of course, 안녕하세요. 코아티, 맞아요. Yes, our students are so friendly and kind and nice. Enzo, Luis, hello. Okay. I always hear 뭐라고. Yes, it's also part of this grammar too. So 뭐라고 means what did you say? What did you say? Okay, so 하고 and 이라고, unfortunately, these words does not have any translation in English. So I couldn't put any translation, but instead I put function here, function. What function is it? This is a prepositional particle used to indicate the preceding statement was a quote. I know this sounds difficult. So let me show you the example directly. Like you use a lot in English too. For example, like, I said, let me put a little bit here. I said, I like chimichimi. By the way, chimichimi has a lot of nicknames, so I like chimichimi. I said I like chimichimi. Or she said I like chimichimi. So you deliver what someone just said. You just directly deliver. So it's directly quote what they say. Or you can also say, we thought, it's a good idea. Yes, we thought this way. Or, he asked, you learn Korean? Or are you learning Korean? Are you learning Korean? So yes, as you see here, this person said this word directly. Like, are you learning Korean? Or we thought, it's a good idea. Or she said, I like chimichimi. I like chimichimi. So yes, direct quotation is something like this in English. You say something that another person say, so you copy what they say. Is that okay? So in English, it's relatively simple because you just put the subject and verb and with quotation mark like this and put whatever they say. It's so simple in English. But in Korean, we need some kind of grammar. And that is 하고 and 이라고, which is today's target grammar. Okay. Ayan, that's an amazing point. Yes. Oops. Let's go back. Let's go back. Not this page. Yes. You are right. 하고 has many meanings. Many meanings. For example, 하고 can mean like and. And for example, like watermelons and strawberry. 수박하고 딸기. Watermelons, 수박, and 하고 딸기, strawberries. Like that, you can use it as and. Or you can also use it like to conjugate some verb. Like I played tennis and so 테니스를 하고 축구를 했어요. Something like that. So I played tennis and like you can conjugate the verb, but I don't want to go into too much details because this is not the point of today's lesson. Because 하고 has many meanings. It has and or end and do, something like that. But today's 하고 means something different. Something different, which is just quotating. Which is just quotating if you use with some kind of quotation-related verbs. I'm going to introduce the verb very soon. So yes, it's just used when you want to quote something. Okay. Yes, that's another grammar form quotides, right? And so more phrases. Yes, let's look into that very soon. And before that, let's look at some conjugation too. Conjugation. So I said there are 하고 and 이라고 and there are 라고. There are many. There are many. So first, let's look at 하고. 하고. 하고 is relatively simple because you just say whatever you want. For example, let's say this. I'm sorry. What is I'm sorry in Korean? This. 미안해, 미안해, 미안해 is informal way to say I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So 미안해, 미안해. I will use this phrase to my friends, close friends, or my family members. And I wouldn't use this word to someone on the street, me strangers, or my colleagues, or my boss, because it's too informal and too casual. So please remember this. Anyway, it means sorry. And I want to say, I said sorry. I said sorry. So how can I say that? With 하고 말했어요. 미안해, I'm sorry. 하고 is something like quotation mark or like that. 말했어요 means I said. So I said, I'm sorry. 미안해 하고 말했어요. 미안해 하고 말했어요. So this 하고 is relatively simple. Just put whatever you want. I'm sorry or thank you or the weather is beautiful or wow, this book is too difficult or whatever is okay. Just put anything and say 하고 말했어요. I said something. So simple. 하고. And now let's look at 라고 and 이라고. First, 라고. If the quotation ending in a consonant. Again, Korean grammar. Cloud은 very good. 미안해 하고 말했어요. Of건. That's a good phrase too. 미안해요 is slightly more polite. So 미안해요. 코아티 미안하고 말했어요. That's also a good one. So 짠. 미안해 is okay, but you can also omit 해 and say 미안 is informal way to say sorry too. So 미안해 and 미안, there are two ways to say sorry, but 미안 is even more informal, even more casual than 미안해. 마예라 very good. of건 미안해 하고 말했어요. Good job. Okay, so 라고. So how can I use it? 미안해. Okay, 미안해. It ended with a consonant? A vowel? 미안해. It ended with vowel sound. You know what? Actually, I just noticed. This should be changed. 미안해. 라고 말했어요. So 라고 is used with a vowel. I don't know why. I did wrong copy and paste. Sorry about that. So anyway, so let me change it. So if quotation ending in a vowel, then you use 라고. And if the quotation ending in a consonant, consonant, then you use 이라고. Be careful. Be careful. So there was some typo. Sorry about that. And 짠. 미안해라고 말했어요. I move. 짠. 미안해라고 말했어요. And now let's try this. No. Okay, so 미안해, it ended with vowel sound, so I'm using 라고 말했어요. But then now imagine I'm saying something that ends with a consonant. For example, my example is, how about this? 미안. Even more casual way to say sorry, right? 미안이라고 말했어요. 미안이라고 말했어요. So I said sorry, and 말했어요 said. So I say sorry. So does it make sense? So there are many ways to say I said blah blah blah, which is 이라고 말했어요, or 라고 말했어요, or there are even 하고 말했어요. Let me put it. 하고 말했어요. 짜잔짠. quotation plus 하고. Okay. So 하고 말했어요. In the example, I use to say 말하다, and the past tense is 말했다, and spoken form is 말했어요. I use say, but there are other verbs in English too, right? Like I said, or I told, I asked, I thought. So that kind of verbs can be used for quotation in English, and same in Korean too. So I'm going to introduce several verbs that you can use. 마에라 잘했어요. Very good. Okay. Malan, you're from Cambodia. Hello. Okay, and Korean dancer. My name is K-jin. K-jin. 저는 K-jin이라고 해요. K-jin이라고 해요. Do you hear that? I use 이라고 here because I'm kind of quotating my name. K-jin이라고 해요. So I'm delivering something, right? I'm conveying some message. So I'm using this grammar. Okay, so let's move on. Oops. To this page. So here I listed some verb. Commonly used verb with 하고 and 이라고. So for example, we have 말하다, 말하다, meaning to say. But actually, I only put 말하다, but there are even more similar verb. For example, like 이야기하다, meaning to tell, or 라고 하다. 하다 means do, but if you use it with 라고, it means to say. The meaning changes. So 하다 basically it means to do, but if you use it with 라고, then it becomes to say. And please remember, I put 라고 here, right? 라고 하다 meaning to say. 라고 하다. And before 이야기하다, you can put either 하다, 하고 이야기하다, or 라고 이야기하다. It doesn't matter. But before 하다, you can only use 라고. It's important. Okay. Let me list some more verb related to say. For example, how about this? 소리치다. It means to yell or to shout. So the weather is good. I'm yelling. Or this is you're so noisy. So I can shout or I can yell, right? So if you want to quotate what I'm saying, what I shouted, or what I yelled, then you can also use this verb, 소리치다, or like any other verb, like 인사하다. How about this? 인사하다. It means to greet, like hello. So K-jin greeted like hello. So you can say that in English. So in Korean too, you can also say K-jin 선생님이 hello 라고 인사했어요. 라고 인사했어요. So when you hear 라고, you know that someone is quotating. Or you can also say 하고 too. Instead of 라고, you can say 하고. Okay. Then how about this? 물어보다, to ask. And there are many other similar verb meaning like to ask, right? So for example, 질문을 하다. 질문 means question and 하다 means do. So it literally means to question. I question, why is it like this? So there are many other verbs that is similar to ask. Then you can also use 하고 and 이라고. And 생각하다 too. 생각하다 means to think. So there are other verbs similar to think, right? For example, like 결심하다. 결심하다 means to decide. And it's similar to like you think, right? In that case, you can use 하고. But usually not 이라고. So here's some exception. When you use some 생각하다 or to think related verb, you don't really use 이라고, but you say 하고. 하고 생각하다. For example, I wish 침침 speaks more because 침침 is usually very quiet. So now I'm thinking, I wish 침침 speaks more. 라고 생각했어요. So K-jin thinks, or K-jin wished, or K-jin thinks, I wish 침침 speaks more. 침침이가 말을 더 많이 했으면 좋겠다, 좋겠다 라고 생각했어요. Like that, you can use, by the way, I use now indirect quotation. When I use a direct quotation, is 하고. 침침 should speak more. 침침, you speak more. 침침아, 말 좀 더 해. 라고 하고 생각했어요. So 하고. If it's 생각하다 related verb, not indirect quotation, but direct quotation, we use 하고 usually. Or I'll go to Jeju Island next week. 하고 생각했어요. So when you use 생각하다 related verbs, please remember we often use 하고. And 쓰다 to write. So like anything can be written, right? Now it's written as in class because when the class starts, sometimes some teachers put some notes on the door like in class, so don't enter. So in class was written on the door, or it's written in class on the door. So 쓰다. Or similar verb, any similar verb to write. For example, I type. Don't enter. Because now we are in the class, so please don't enter this studio, so don't enter. Or I text. So 문자하다, for example, like I type, I text, 문자. So any verb related to write, you can use this expression, 하고, 일하고. And 듣다, to hear, to I heard. Keijin really likes chimchim. So you can quotate that too. Or any verb related to order, or imperative, or propositive verbs. 명령하다, or 부탁하다 means to request. So that kind of thing. You use this one. So I cannot write every single verbs here because there are just too many. So anything, any verbs that are related to this quotation situation, then you can use that. Sumi, Chimchimi is introverted. Yes, I think so. He doesn't really speak so much. HS, right, there are a lot of foreigners learning Korean now. I truly appreciate that. Okay, so 짠. Now let's practice. So we learn some phrases. And now 위험, and 써 있어요. Can you conjugate this 위험 and 써 있어요 using 하고 and 일하고? Try it. So 하고 and 일하고. Please conjugate it. In the meanwhile, let me introduce what these means. So 위험 means danger. 써 있어요. It means written. So I want to say danger is written. So I want to directly quotate this. So first, 위험. It ended with consonant, right? Consonant. So 위험이라고 써 있어요. It means danger is written. So in more natural English, you probably say, oh, it says danger. So there's some paper, and on the paper, danger is written. And in English, you say, oh, it says danger. But in Korean, we don't use the verb to say 말하다, because 말하다 literally means you have to say with your voice, like hey, blah blah blah. You have to say it. So in this case, we say, oh, it's written. 위험 is written. 위험이라고 써 있어요. So 위험, danger. 써 있어요 means written. 아이라, it should be 이라고. It's because 위험 ends with a consonant. 짜자자잔. Let's quickly review. 짠. If the quotation ends in a consonant, then we use 이라고. If the quotation ends in a vowel, then we use 라고. And we it ends with consonant. Okay, so let's try the second one. 공부해. 해요. Can you now conjugate it? Can you conjugate it? Ida, very good. You corrected. Good job. Kylon, good job. 위험이라고 써 있어요. Hey, it says danger. Now we are going to conjugate this one. 공부해. 공부해 means study. So it's imperative like 공부해, study. 해요 means do. So 공부해, 해요. So I probably want to say, my mom always says, study. My mom always says, study. Study. Okay, so let's try that. So 공부해. 공부해 means study. Please study or study. I'm giving, it's an imperative form, study. And she said that. So 공부해. Very good, Ayan. And 마에라, 공부해 일하고. Nope. Reviewing again, 공부해, it ends with vowel sound. And what happens? If it ends with vowel sound, then we use 라고. Yes, 라고. So if ends with a vowel, please use 라고. And if it ends with a consonant, then you use 이라고. Okay, so 공부해 라고 했어요. I have a question. Can I say 공부해 하고 했어요? 하고 했어요? Can I say that? No, actually this is not possible because do you remember I introduced one phrase 라고 하다. When you use the 하다 verb, it's always 라고. It's not 하고 하다. So always 라고 하다. Okay. 라고 하다. So this is not correct. And please be careful. I noticed something now. Some students put space after 라고. But before 라고 or 이라고, you do not put any space. Yes. It should be just one. But if you use 하고, for example, 공부해. It's like a typical Korean mom. 하고 말했어요. When you use 하고, you need to put this space. All good? So please remember, if you use 하고, put a space. If you use 라고, you don't need a space. Okay. And I want to quickly talk about some nuance. Imagine it's using the same verb. 라고 말했어요 and 하고 말했어요. What's the difference? 하고, it sounds like you are copying exactly. You're copying exactly. So so I think a lot of Keys book use this expression because it sounds like it's directly copying and delivering. For example, the monster says, "Go away, go away." So it needs some acting because I'm now exactly copying it. So when I say 하고 말했어, it sounds like I'm copying exactly in the same way. So, go away. So 하고 말했어요. When you use 하고, please remember that the nuance is like someone is delivering exactly. It's just copy and pasting. 하고 말했어요. And 라고, it sounds like someone said that, so I'm just quotating their words. So I'm just saying that maybe it's not exactly the same. My mom said, 공부해! But now I'm delivering like this. Oh, my mom always says, 공부해. It's not the same, right? So the slight different nuances, 하고 is like copy and paste. You are copying exactly, and you are even acting. And 라고, it sounds like, yeah, it's just like someone said that, and I'm just delivering the word, exact word. But maybe I don't really act. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, before that, one more thing. So 하고 말했어요. 하고. Since 하고 is used when someone is copying exact situation, you can actually use it for the sound of something, like sound of animal, or sounds of the door, like sounds of anything, but not human. But when you use 라고, usually it's a word from human being. So you don't use meow, meow stuff, cat sound with 라고. If it's a cat sound, you always use 하고. Or the beeping sound, beep, 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 beep. Then you use 하고. So it sounds beep. In Korean, that will be like 삐 소리가 나요. It sounds beep. 삐 소리가 나요. 삐 소리가 나요. 삐 소리가 나요 is okay, but if you want to put some this quotating conjugation, it will be 삐하고 소리가 나요. You never say 삐라고 소리가 나요. 라고 can be used for human words only. For the sounds, you always use 하고 because you are just copying. And 라고, you are delivering the word. 하고, you are copying the situation. Okay. We are already getting answers for this. Yay! Smart student. So, 짠. 알았어. What does 알았어 mean? Does anyone know? 알았어 means okay. Okay, I got it. Gotcha. 알았어. And 문자 했어요. It means I texted. Yes, I texted. So, what can I use? 알았어. 하고 is okay. Or, 알았어 is okay. Or you can also say 알았어 라고 문자했어요 is also okay. Do you see this? I put space here. Here I didn't put any space. Okay, now the last one. 뭐 해요? 물어봤어요. What does 뭐 해요 mean? 뭐 해요? 뭐 해요 means what are you doing? 뭐 means what? 해요 means do. So what are you doing? 뭐 해요? 물어봤어요. It means asked. So it's a past tense. So how can I conjugate these two words? 띠띠띠띠. 뭐예요? 하고 물어봤어요 is okay. 뭐예요? 하고 물어봤어요 is okay. Or you can also say 뭐예요? 라고 물어봤어요 is okay. So these are how you can use direct quotation. And let me be very honest. Is this quotation used a lot? Direct quotation? I wouldn't say no. That's why actually today's grammar is intermediate grammar. But it is still used in Korea, and when you watch Korean dramas, you will still find it. That's why I'm introducing that. But the more common one is actually indirect quotation. So instead of, you don't really say this phrase, right? She said, I like chimchimi. You don't say that. You usually say, she said she liked chimchimi. She likes chimchimi, right? She said she likes chimchimi. It's not, she said, I like chimchimi. You don't really say this direct quotation in English. It's very similar in Korean. We don't say this direct quotation so much, but we still use it. And especially there are some Korean people who are funny use this one a lot because they copy the situation and act a lot when they explain something. So, well, it is still used, and I do use it sometimes, not all the time. So, good to know. And especially 일하고, you will see a lot too in many different situations. So, do you have any questions so far? So as I just mentioned, indirect quotation is more common. So I am going to introduce how to use the indirect quotation, indirect quotation in Korean next week. I tried to answer your question during the live while reading the comments. So hopefully I answer all your questions. Okay, so if you want to do some homework, here we go. So can you write, I said yes, I said yes, I said yes in Korean? Hint, yes in Korean is 네, and I said is 말했어요. So you just need to conjugate it, right? And now, can you translate this? The cat cried meow. Yeah, actually it's not cried, it's more like cat meowed. Meow. But in Korean, we use this verb to cry. So cat cries, like a dog barks, cat meows, right? But in Korean, somehow, for cat, we use this verb, cry. So, birds too. We use this verb, 울다 to cry. But it's not exactly like crying, it's sad crying, but it's just an expression, it's just a verb to describe how cat or birds make sounds. So cat cried or cat meows, meow. Meow in Korean is 야옹, meow. Oh, it's similar. So it's meows. 울었어요 means cried. Okay. Next homework is no smoking. Don't smoke here was written. No smoking was written. No smoking in Korean is 그면 써 있어요. I made a lot of typo today. It's because I actually prepared this live right before this live, so I was in a hurry. Sorry about that. It's not was written, it should be is written. Is. Sorry, 죄송합니다. So 그면 and 써 있어요 means was written. Actually 써 있어요. Yes, it is written. 써 있어요 means is written. Okay. So 그면 and 써 있어요, please conjugate it, and the meaning is. It's a present tense. Okay, so if you have time, please do your homework. And if you want me to check your homework, you can leave a comment on our YouTube channel and Facebook account on Korean Class 101. Or if you personally want me to check your homework, this is my Instagram. So tag me if you want. Tag me. Yeah, if you don't tag me, I cannot see that, so tag me. Okay. Shuristi, I'm good to hear that. 감사합니다. And does the subject go before or after the quote? That's a very good question. In English, you put something like this, right? Yes. Like said John or something. Or like do John. Or like yes, and like he thought something like that. But in Korean, no, it never happens. We always say John said, or someone thought. Yes, so we put the subject before the quote. Okay. And so more phrases. Yes, here we go. And if you go to koreanclass101.com/live, actually there are even more phrases. I made a lesson note for today's lesson, and there are even more phrases, examples, and quizzes. So want to learn more? Then check out this page. This page. Okay, so for those of you who joined the live in the middle, we are giving away lots of free cheat sheet that you can learn the sentence pattern, words and expressions, culture with all the in the free cheat sheet. So check out the link in the description. These are available for all free members if you join Korean class as a member. Okay. 짠! So, yes, today's grammar is actually intermediate grammar, so I believe it wasn't so easy, but I don't think it's so hard. And good thing is, actually, it's not super commonly used. Instead, we use this 고 in direct quotation more commonly. So next week's lesson is even more important, much more important. So please join it. It will be April 20th, 1 p.m. in Korean time. So 감사합니다. Thank you so much for joining today's class. I wanna try. Oh, okay, this. Or, 짠! I like this one. So, yes, next week I'll be back with a new topic, 짠! 고! Indirect quotation. So please join it again. I'll be waiting for you. So, 감사합니다. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll see you next week. 감사합니다. 다음 주에 봐요. Bye-bye. 안녕, 안녕. Bye-bye. Emily, Of건, Enzo, 마양, 수미.